Hi, welcome to live stream Yoga with Louise. Tips and cues to keep you safe and strong on the mat. Today we are creating a continuous working flow that challenges strength and control while ironing out all those tight spots. Don't worry about perfection as you're moving on the mat. Just go with the flow once you have a grasp of the sequencing. As always, play when you're comfortable, modify when you need to, take a rest when you need to. You ready? Let's hit the mat. We're going to come to a tall mountain stand at the top end of the mat. Maybe feet standing just inside of hip width distance apart. Find your drishti, your focal point, and just start to lengthen and ground in mountain pose. Rooting through your feet, starting to lengthen the line of the legs, the spine, and then reaching the arms for the floor so that you're starting to drop the shoulders away from the ears. Draw the left knee up and then paint the back of your toes on the mat as you find your way into a warrior three. Find your way back up by painting the front of your toes on the mat into your one-legged mountain. We're going to do that 3 times, oscillating between the one-legged mountain and our warrior three. And you can float the arms in a position that works for you. We're trying to keep our feet lightly grounded to the earth as we transition from the mountain to the warrior three. We're going to end in the warrior three. Take a big lunge step back, floating your arms up in front to help with balance, and wiggle walking the back foot out to open up through the pelvis. Ground both hands, sweep your lead leg back and up, coming into a one-legged plank. Add a push-up or a chaturanga using your knee for support if you need it. As you come back up, take your floating leg, sweep it behind you, ground it to the earth, set up a side plank, and bring your free arm close to your ear, trying to almost open up your belly to the sky. Ease your way into a full plank. Transition to a down dog, piking your bum up to the sky. Trying to anchor lightly through the heels. Body still cold, so give the legs an opportunity. Then come to your plank line again. Beginning to dip your hips with control, easing your way into an up dog. Then look for even more curve in the spine, opening up your chest and your throat to the sky as you release the knees, shins and feet to the floor. Find your way into a lower cobra, stopping when your bottom grip touches the mat, and open up your hands into a wide cactus-like frame. Let's do high spider fingertips on the mat. You're going to nod forehead to floor. You're going to bleed up into an undulating cobra. Peel back down. And then the next time you bleed up, you're going to rotate to the right, looking over the right shoulder and tapping your big toe to the floor behind you. Come back down along the center. One cobra up and down along the middle. And then your next cobra off center, and you're going to look over the left shoulder as you tap the right big toe to the floor behind you. Peel back down and extend both arms out in front of you. Palms looking in towards the center line. Giving a simultaneous chest, leg, and arm lift as you come into an extended locust line. Looking for a soft bow-like frame through the body. Then release back down to the mat, and as you do so, open up the arms into a wide cactus frame. Press back into child. Let's shoot for big toes together, knees wide. Release your cactus frame arms to the mat. pressing softly into the elbows of the palms so that you can feel the shoulders, feel the chest. Then take the left arm, sweep it behind you and see if you can grasp your left heel. Bleed up into a camel line from here, but you're going to take a slightly off-center rotation to the left. You're going to bump your hips forward and we're going to throw the right arm up to the sky. Bleed back down into your cactus child. Remember to take those arms nice and wide. Press into the palms. Press into the elbows. Sweep the right arm back to reach for your right heel. When you're ready, bleed up into the camel, rotating slightly off-center to the right, almost as if you were trying to look for that right heel that you're likely grasping. Lead your way back to child, this time arms extended out in parallel, but release the elbows, the wrists, and the palms. Keep the tripod frame through your legs as you find your way into a tabletop line, starting to play in cat-cow. Stay here just focusing on the shape of your spine, or begin to add an undulation into your movement. So as you hollow out the back, you press your bum back towards the back end of the mat and you look up to the sky. As you round out in cat, you look down to the floor and you lean forward into the wrists. So you're almost looking for a north-south, gentle leaning pattern through the wrists and the knees. Working with your breath, inhaling for the hollow back, exhaling for the rounded back. Come to stillness in a tabletop line and step your left leg out. Find a little lizard line, splaying the foot out. We're going to begin to play dynamically towards the lead leg, opening up the left hand, reaching for the sky and tapping back out roughly 5 times. As the hand reconnects to the mat, I want you to earth yourself and feel the energy of the earth beneath your left hand. And reaching for the sky, hold that twist, breathing into the left side of your ribs. Reground, find your way into child. Relax the elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, fingers. Take a few lateral breaths here. Then set up your lizard line on the right. Once you've found it, start to play dynamically with the right arm, reaching for the sky and regrounding a few times. Really feel that vibration of the earth underneath your right hand every time you reground. We're going to end reaching for the sky. You're going to pause there. As you reground to the earth, you're going to step up the left leg, coming into a deep or a midway squat. We're going to interlace the hands together and then invert them and reach the energy of your palms out. So you're almost sending energy out through your palms and the heels of your hands. Try to make your bum bones nice and heavy. If you need a side-to-side sway, you can add that. Otherwise, just center and hold. We're going to try to drop into a forward fold from here, trying to keep the hands interlaced, either grounding them to the earth, squaring up through the feet and holding the forward fold, or maybe a tabletop line is more where you're at today, just reaching through the palms and sending that energy towards the floor. Start to heel heel toe your feet in, uninterlace the hands, bleed up, feet just inside of hip width distance apart. Sweep the two hands behind you, make a little fist. Drop the fist down between your bum cheeks and start to find a standing back bend, opening up through your throat, chest, and belly center. Realign in mountain and start to soften the elbows, tucking your fist to the outside of the left waist. Take a big breath in. On an exhale, look away from your tucked fist. Inhale to bring your head back to center. Exhale to look towards your fisted side. Recenter your head. Drop the fist down between your bum cheeks. Find your standing back bend. Draw the two shoulder blades together. Open up through the chest. Realign in mountain. Bend the elbows and tuck your fist to the outside of the right waist. Big breath in. On an exhale, look away from your tucked hands. Inhale to come back to center. Exhale to look towards your tuck. Find your way back to center and drop the hands heavy at your side, coming back to your original position to repeat your sequence. Root in mountain, and when you're ready, draw the right knee up. Paint the back of your toes on the mat to ease your way into your warrior three, finding an arm line that works and helps with your balance today. You're going to oscillate 3 times, painting with the back of your feet. One-legged mountain, and then a warrior three. Looking for balance, looking for control. Painting with your toes on the mat to keep you lightly earthed as you transition between the two frames. End in your warrior three. Big lunge, step back. Wiggle, walk that back foot. Reach the arms out in front. Really try to open up through the pelvis. Ground to the earth. Sweep your lead leg back and float it. One-legged chaturanga. As you come back up, take your floating leg, sweep it behind you, ground it. You could do whole foot, you could just do toes and ball, whatever works for you. Set up a modified side plank. You can think of this as a marriage between a side plank and a wild thing. Back to a full plank. Down dog it. Think of feeding your nose through trying to tap it to your knees. Plank it. Begin to dip the hips with control. Strong through the arms. Don't collapse between the two shoulders and support your back. Then look to open up more through the throat and the chest center as you release your knees, your shins, and your feet to the floor. Think long swan like that. Soften through the elbows. Stop when your bottom rib touches the mat and open up your hands into those spider cactus frame. Nod your head down, tap forward to floor. Lead back up along the center line. And then as you bleed up the next time, you're going to give me an offside rotation to one side, tapping your big toe across the midline to the outside of the opposite side. Reground to the earth, extend the arms out in front, lead your way into an extended locust line, making a soft bow-like frame with the arms, back and legs. Reground, find your way into child pose and make a cactus frame with the hands, releasing your elbows and forearms to the mat, pressing into your palms, pressing into your elbow tips. Pressing your bum bones back towards your heels. Then sweep the right arm back, see if you can connect to the right heel. When you're ready, bleed up into a camel line. Let's call it a half camel. And we're going to rotate slightly to the right, looking for that back grasp as you throw the left arm up. Back to child, find that cactus frame through the arms, press into the palms, press into the elbows. Sweep the left arm back, reach for your heel. Set up your camel kneel. Look for that little rotation through the trunk as you sweep the right arm up and curve through the spine. Back to child, but this time arms in parallel in front, releasing the elbows, forearms, wrists, palms. Keep the tripod frame through your legs and ease your way into a tabletop line, transitioning into a cat-cow when you're ready and adding a lean when you're ready. Finding your rhythm, setting your pace, working with your breath. Stabilizing table. Let's take a lizard step out on the right. Once you find it, start to play with the right arm, reaching for the sky and regrounding to feel the earth beneath your palm. End fingers to sky, hold it. Ease your way back into child. Keep the arms in parallel and just release the elbows, forearms, palms, fingers. Set up your lizard line on the left. And when you're ready, start to play with the left arm, reaching and regrounding dynamically. End reaching for the sky. Reground to the earth. Step up the back leg and set up your squat line. Interlacing the hands, inverting them. Trying to drop down through the pelvis, making those bum bones nice and heavy, while stretching through the spine, stretching through the arms. Then forward fold, hands to floor if you can manage it, or come to a tabletop fold. Heel toe in, start to undo the arms, bleed up into a tall mountain stand, sweeping the arms behind you, make a fist, drop the fist down between your bum cheeks and find a standing back bend. Realign in mountain, bend the elbows and tuck your fist to the outside of the right waist. Big breath in. Look over the opposite shoulder, away from your bound hands. Then back to the middle. Exhale to peek towards your tuck. Head back to the middle, drop the fist down between your bum cheeks and curve through the spine as you look up to the sky. Open up your throat, your chest, your belly center, your third eye. Realign in mountain, soften the elbows and tuck your fist to the outside of the left waist. Big breath in. Exhale to look away from your tuck. Inhale to bring your head back. Exhale to look towards your tuck. Find your way back to your original stand, arms long and heavy at your side. Find your focal point and start to play with the left leg. Drawing the knee up, painting your toes to the mats to transition into a warrior three. Look for 3 sets. Hold your last warrior. Transition to a high lunge. Wiggle walking that back foot out, already opening up. Earth your hands and sweep your lead leg back into a one-legged plank. Add a push-up or a chaturanga. Then take your floating leg, sweep it behind you, anchor into the floor to set up your modified side plank wild thing hybrid. Transition to a full plank. Start to pike your bum, find a down dog. Back to plank. Dip your hips. Curve the line of your spine as you release your knees, your shins, and your feet. Start to connect your belly and just the beginning of your rib cage to the mat. Open up your hands into a wide spider. Fingertip, nod forward to floor. Undulate up, pressing off your fingers. And then on the next journey up, you're going to find an off-center tap. Repeating to do the same on the second side. Then reconnect your belly as you extend the arms out in front. One extended locust bow-like frame. Ease your way into child pose. Wide cactus arms pressing into your palms, pressing into your elbows, making your bum bones heavy to your heels. Look for that tripod frame through the legs. Sweep the left arm behind you, reach for your left heel, bleed up into your camel line. Back to your cactus child. Sweep the right arm behind you, reach for your heel. Transition into your camel line when you're ready. Back to child, this time arms extended in parallel, but release the forearms, release the wrists, release the fingers and palms. Keep the tripod frame through your legs. Lead your way into a working cat-cow. And lean if you like. Slow yourself in table and take a lizard step out on the left. Start to play with your left arm when you're ready, reaching and tapping out. Feeling the earth beneath your hands. Feel that vibration every time you reground. We're going to end reaching for the sky. Hold it. Back to child when you're ready. Arms in parallel in front, but no tension in them. Set up your lizard line on the right when you're ready. Playing with that right arm dynamically. Ending, reaching for the sky, pause, breathe into the right side of your ribs. Reground to the earth and set up your deep squat. Interlacing your hands, inverting them, and dropping down through that pelvis. See if you can keep your hands interlaced while you drop into a fold of your choice, squaring up through the feet. Experimenting with the weight on your feet and finding that maximum stretch for yourself. Uninterlacing the arms, heel toeing in, leading up into a tall stand to grasp the hands behind you and coming to a standing back bend. Back into a stand, tall mountain, tuck the arms, or rather your fist, to the outside of the left waist. Big inhale in, look away from your tuck. Inhale, bring your head back to center. Exhale, look towards your tuck. Back to the middle, drop your hands down between your bum cheeks and find your standing back bend. Realign in mountain, soften the elbows and tuck to the outside of the right waist. Big breath in. Look away from your tuck. Inhale to bring your head back. Exhale, look towards your tuck. Recenter your head, drop your arms alongside the body. Let's repeat that sequence one last time, playing with the right leg. When you're ready, start to play with your knee up, your paint to the floor to transition into a warrior three. Keeping yourself lightly earthed as you transition, drawing energy from the earth. Trying to make your movements as soft, as fluid, and graceful as you can manage. Not worrying about the imperfection, but just going with the flow. Big lunge, step back. Wiggle, walk that foot away, and drop down. Hands to the floor, slip your lead leg back, one-legged plank, and a push-up. Sweep your floating leg behind you, anchor it, earth it, and set up your side plank, wild bend. Full plank when you're ready. Down dog. Plank. Start to dip your hips, find an up dog. Increase the curve, look up towards the sky, open up your third eye, your throat, your chest. Release your knees, shins and feet to the floor. Then connect your belly to the mat as you open up your arms into that spider cactus. One bleed up along the center, and then one off-center tap. One bleed up the center, one off-center tap. Reground to the belly, extend the arms out in front, and when you're ready, peel up into your extended locust bow frame. Press back into child, nice wide cactus arms, pressing into your palms, pressing into your elbows, tripoding your legs. Sweep the right arm back, reaching for your heel. Lead up into your camel line when you're ready. Back to your tripod child. Sweep your left arm back, reach for your heel. Find your way into your playful camel when you're ready. Back to child, but this time arms extended out in front in a soft parallel line, but release the elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, fingers. Keep the tripod flowing through your legs. Lead into table, and when you're ready, begin to cat-cow. Maybe adding that north-south lean to the back and the front of your mat as you play in Chakrasana. Realigning table. Step the right leg out, set up your lizard line, and begin to reach and re-earth with your right arm. And reaching for the sky, pause here, breathing and opening into the right side of your ribs. Re-earth. Press back into child, big toes together, knees wide, arms in parallel, but relaxed and released. Set up your lizard line on the left. When you're ready, begin to play with the left arm, reaching and regrounding. Take a moment to just feel the earth's vibration every time you reground. Let it resonate underneath your left palm. And reaching for the sky, breathing and opening into the left side of your ribs. Breathe. Set up a deep squat, Malasana. Interlace your hands, invert them, hold steady. Drop your interlaced hands to the floor if you can. Square up through your feet. Fold forward in Uttanasana, or maybe a tabletop line is where you need to be. Look for that maximum stretch up the back chain of your legs. Start to heel toe in as you interlace the hands and lead up into the tall, proud mountain. Interlace the hands behind, make a fist. Drop the fist down between your bum cheeks and find your back bend. Realign in mountain, soften the elbows and tuck to the outside of the right waist. Big breath in. Exhale to look away from your tuck. Inhale to bring your head back. Exhale to look towards your tuck. Head back to the middle as you drop your fist down between your bum cheeks and find your standing back bend. Open up your third eye, your throat, your chest, your belly. Reground in mountain, soften the elbows and tuck to the outside of the left waist. Big breath in. Exhale to look away from your tuck. Inhale to bring your head back. Exhale to look towards your tuck. Inhale to come back to the middle. Close your eyes and bring your hands to prayer in front of your heart. Centering yourself. and trying to look for stillness on the mat while closing your eyes. If you find your body swaying, that's okay. Go with it. Inhale and exhale gently through your nose. Root to the earth. Feel its energy being transferred through your feet, leading up the line of your body from your feet to your crown. When you're ready, you're going to find your way into corpse pose for some active breath work. Lean down, find your way onto your back, splaying the arms softly out and the legs softly out. If you feel that you need a little bit of support for your back while playing with some active breath, you can bend your knees coming into a bridge-like frame and grounding your feet. You can even knock the knees in. Find what works for you. We're going to keep the left arm relaxed. We'll use the right hand. Middle and index finger will connect to the third eye. You're going to use your ring finger to close your left nostril, and you're going to keep it closed while you inhale and exhale through the right nostril only for a few repetitive rounds. Taking a big breath in and then exhaling through the same nostril. Maybe beginning your breath at a 1-to-1 inhalation to exhalation ratio. And then as you start to relax into the breath work, maybe starting to just extend your exhalation and beginning to make it a little bit longer than your inhalation. Inhaling and exhaling only through the right nostril as we play with this little sun or pingala breath, activating your male energy system, building up a little bit of internal heat energy. Then let's begin to temper that heat energy. Take your thumb and close your right nostril, open your left, and start to inhale and exhale through the left nostril only for a few repetitive rounds. Starting 1-to-1, and then gently beginning to expand your exhale. Tempering by activating our feminine energy, our moon or our Ida breath, calming, relaxing, restoring. Keep your eyes closed and your focus inward facing as you release the right hand to the floor and begin to inhale and exhale through both nostrils equally. In your mind's eye, visualize your male and your feminine energy. Think of it as a yin yang. You're taking in both energies together, internalizing, mixing them with each successive breath cycle. Start at a 1-to-1 inhalation to exhalation ratio, and then gently begin to make your exhale a little bit longer than your inhale. Keep your mouth closed and inhale and exhale equally through both nostrils. Looking for that beautiful Zen harmony between the two energy systems. Stay here in corpse pose with your eyes closed and your focus inward as we transition into a little guided Nidra exercise. Take yourself to your happy place. You could be placing yourself in an idyllic setting, maybe something like the beach, mountains, a forest, or alongside a beautiful stream. Maybe you prefer staying home in a room that makes you feel relaxed, all warm and fuzzy inside. Or perhaps you're just creating a quiet space within. Select your perfect place in your mind's eye and then just settle in. Keep your breath and your body relaxed. Start to absorb the next few words. Recognize that you don't always have to be perfect. All you have to do is show up and enjoy your sometimes messy, imperfect, yet beautiful life journey. The thing that's often the hardest, yet really amazing, is giving up, surrendering on being perfect, and instead beginning to work on simply becoming yourself. Let those words sink in, absorb them, and when you're ready, finding your way into a fetal pose, preferably on the right side of your body with your left shoulder looking to the sky. Pause there for a few quiet moments. And then finding your way into a seat of your choice to end off your practice. It could be a kneeling seat, it could be a cross-legged seat, whatever speaks to you right now. Close your eyes, take your focus inward, and place your right hand over your heart. Feeling that thump, thump, thump of your heart. Overlay your left hand on top of the right and allow that reverberation to bleed through both hands. Connecting to your life force, allowing it to sustain you for the remainder of today, maybe even carrying you through the next few days. Take a moment to thank yourself for time spent connecting to yourself, connecting to the earth. Namaste to you. Thank you for coming out and playing. Till next time, keep it light.